demolition time.
Phil had a visit from the police.
Flipping freezing.
Me, me, me.
Mama. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Now we have been away for a few weeks. Thank you for your patience, we appreciate it. We had to fly back to England, fairly short notice. If you saw our community post, you'll know that there's been some stuff going on behind the scenes. Anyway, we are back here.
So we have got 3 projects that we are focusing on at the moment. The smallest of the projects is the solar frame.
Solar frame, and that is our most immediate, do you mind? Is our most immediate, most urgent project, but it is the one that will take the least amount of time.
We hope.
We hope.
The second project is the pool area.
The pool area, indeed.
Remember, we're not building a pool, we're just trying to flatten a bit of ground with a supporting wall around
Retaining
it.
wall.
Retaining wall
Yeah.
around it. And then there's the third project.
The big one, the main one, the main event.
Because by the end of the year, we want to be in our tiny home barn.
Tiny home barn. Yeah, so we want to get the little barn done this year so that winter comes this year, we are in a proper building, you know. Yeah, proper building.
Proper building.
Not a caravan.
Not a caravan.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah.
It is the start of February. Last night was the coldest night we've ever had. It was -11, which for us as Brits, flipping freezing. Having said that, the caravan was still nice and warm. We were about 22 degrees in there last night, so that's perfect. All of the pipes have frozen this morning, even the ones inside the caravan, which is crazy. So, where do we start? Well, my first plan is to dig out a lot of the ground behind the barn here. So our intention is to build the barn on a flat piece of ground. We will be able to put in French drains, proper drainage and waterproofing on the back here before then burying the barn, you know, back up to a similar sort of level. I'm thinking about here somewhere. So, and then the plan is we're going to have a flat area at that height that comes out here to allow a little sort of courtyard garden area thing. Is the dream, that's the plan. So that's it. What else is there to say? Not much. What do we do now? We get on the digger. Yeah, let's go. Cue the time lapse. Hello everybody.
Hi.
Ember's gone down for a nap, so we're just seizing the opportunity to just try and crack on and get on a bit, really.
And check this out. I've got a microphone.
And I've got a microphone.
How cool is that?
Because Phil can't share.
The camera takes 2 microphones, so now we won't have to do this whole she's talking, I'm talking, she's talking. How cool is that?
Yeah, thanks to you guys, because it's because of you watching that's enabled us to buy this, so thank you very much.
I've changed my mind.
Have you?
Let's keep it. Let's keep it as we'll put a thing across here, grow some grapes, put a bench here, it'd be lovely.
Sleeping bag, it'd be nice.
Sleeping bag.
We did joke the other day that actually this probably would have been a good area for the swimming pool to have gone. We want to clear as much of this out as possible so that when we bring the mud brick down, we can move the mud brick in its entirety.
Basically, we don't want any cross-contamination. Here we've got clean...
Cross-contamination?
Cross-contamination.
Don't want cross-contamination.
We've got
No.
clean hardcore that can go into the driveway, the roads, all the other stuff that we do with the hardcore. And then we've got mud brick, which is pretty much pure mud. So if we can get the soil down from here and get that piled up so it can go somewhere into the garden to make ground up or something, perfect. And then if we can get the clean hardcore out while it's clean, rather than filtering through mud brick, it makes a lot more sense. The stone will be coming out, be nice and will be cleaned, and then we'll be ready to go into the pool area. And hopefully the amount of stone here that we have means we won't need to get any more stone from anywhere, and we can get the pool area
Phil, does
done
that mean that you have definitely decided we're going to finish that pool wall using stone rather than doing brick?
Okay, time's a great healer, okay? And I can't actually remember. I was like...
He's forgotten how hard it was to do the stone wall, so
how
now he thinks
bad
it's okay.
Was it? Like, was it really that bad? I seem to remember it being horrendous. But this time I'm going to go back in going, let's not care too much about the micro, let's think macro. And we'll see how it looks. And the worst case is, right, we get a little bit further with stone and then we give up with the stone, we go for brick and we render the whole lot and pretend it never happened, apart from the YouTube channel that we're documenting it on, okay? But anyway, whatever happens, this summer we'll have the big pool up and the area is going to be, it's going to be beautiful.
It'll be beautiful. Right.
Let's get on.
It's demolition time. Right. First we need...
Yeah, we need to get ready and clear this first.
Yes. My purpose is demolition.
Right, Mummy's time.
My turn.
Go on, you hit it, I'll pull it. No, that's it. Go on.
Yeah! Demolition.
Right, separate the bricks and then we can get them in there.
The trough is down and gone. We have pulled up the remaining concrete from the floor. There's a few bits of rubble around, but nothing too major. So it's time for the wall to come down. Now this is something that has been requiring a lot of attention for a long time. Our poor solar frame has been so neglected, and the actual wooden frame itself has collapsed down in the bottom here. You can maybe see that they're both of these two arrays are coming in, and then we had an additional 4 panels that we just stuck on the end, and they're at different angles, and this whole thing's just a complete mess. The plan is we're going to redo this solar frame for the 10 panels. No, change that, for 12 panels, because we're going to get another 2. We're going to go in the same space. The space is not ideal, but all the wiring's in here, the conduit's in the ground. It just makes sense as a temporary extension until we do the big solar frame, which hopefully will be next year, or maybe even the end of this year, depending on how we get on with the barn. So what is the plan for the new solar frame? Well, it's this, my rough drawings. So this is a design I've seen a few people do on YouTube actually, and I'm really impressed with the design. It's really simple, basic, and it means that they can still tilt, which is really good. I know this is a terrible drawing, so I apologise. But you basically got 3 posts in the ground here. This is the ground level. Ember's little addition here. And then you've got 2 bars that sit either side of those posts, and they've got a pivot point straight through the middle, and then there's an outside frame that then the solar panels go onto. There'll be 2 panels, and this is what the side profile will look like. So you'll have a top and a bottom panel, 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom here. And the idea is that the panels will be perfectly balanced in the centre, so they will be able to tilt on those 3 posts. So that means we can angle it at any point for summer, winter, autumn. But also, if we were to have, occasionally we get warnings of big hailstorms, we can turn them up vertically and reduce the potential damage that we might have from that. So I really like this. It's super simple. It involves 3 big holes with some concrete in, and 3 big substantial posts, and then a few more bits of timber to make the skeleton frame up.
So, while Phil is in one of his many happy places, we all know the first happy place is on his digger. The second happy place is when all the measurements line up and things are actually going well.
Yes.
I just wanted
Correct.
to update you because yesterday when I went to get Alex from school, Phil had a visit from the police.
Pause. Okay, go.
Nothing like adding a bit of, drama.
It's real life, Kaylee.
Suspense. So, yeah, Phil had a visit from the police.
Listen, there's work to be done around here, okay? We can all sit around and chat all day, but stuff needs to get done.
All right, I'm fully
Sorry,
aware
everybody.
of that. Phil had a visit from the police.
I did.
And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because back in England, one of the many reasons why we moved was because one night when Phil and I were enjoying a really good curry, actually, wasn't it? A really good curry in our living room. Phil's work van and trailer was taken from our drive.
Yeah, it was 10 o'clock at night. We were still sat down eating and watching some TV, and I heard a bang outside, but I didn't think much of it. It sounded like the neighbours putting out their wheelie bins.
Yeah, it's exactly what it sounded like.
Didn't get up and check. That bang was the sound of my van, my trailer,
Ride-on lawnmower.
my ride-on mower, all of my grass cutting tools, all of my
Literally the
groundskeeping
one
tools.
time you had brought the lawnmower home
Yep.
with it on the trailer, it's never ever stored.
Because I'm really funny about this stuff, like I really am. Everything, every night back to the yard, unload everything, always had an empty van.
Yeah.
Running late that evening, got home, yeah, and that was the night they chose. So we lost it all, absolutely everything. I couldn't go to work the next day, I didn't know, we were just screwed.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah.
And you were halfway through a job as well.
So I phoned the police, that's what you do.
This is back in England,
Back in
guys.
England.
Back in England, yeah.
And they said, this is the quote, okay? They said, okay, here's your crime reference number. Good luck with your insurance.
And that was it.
That was it. They didn't come out. They didn't check.
No.
They didn't even... I, obviously frantic, absolutely frantic in the moment, jumped into Kaylee's car and spent the entire night driving round all of the rough areas in our town thinking, it's got to be here somewhere. Twice I met police out on patrols and I stopped them and said, are you looking for this? And they said, we've had... Both police patrols said they'd never heard anything on the radio or anything. So the police hadn't even said to go and look or keep an eye out for this van or anything.
And we basically got no help whatsoever in locating the van, the tools, or any of the stolen equipment.
No.
The only help that we did get, which I do want to mention, was the local neighbourhood watch guy,
Yes.
who was a retired fireman.
He was very proactive.
And he was super proactive, especially on social media. I too, whilst Phil was out driving, plastered social media with, can you make this too hot
Instantly.
to handle? And luckily, this
Unbelievable.
got shared. And we got a message a few days later, didn't we? I got
Yeah.
a message going, hey, are you still looking for your van? And I was like, yeah. He said, I know where it is. I've just passed it on a dog walk. And it was over in Maidstone, wasn't it?
Yes, it was in the sort of next town across. And it was just parked in a residential, like, car parking area of a neighbourhood. And
So we picked
yeah.
up the phone and we called the police and said, look, we know where it is. We've had confirmation it's there right now. Are you able to go there? Can you meet us there? They basically turned around to us and said, have you still got a pair of keys for the vehicle? We said yes. And they said, well, it's your vehicle, go and get it.
And I said, listen, without being rude here, I am extremely angry. I am absolutely seething. And if I come into contact with someone, I don't know what I'd do because I was like beside myself about it all. And I said, so I would suggest it was a wise idea to send someone down, at least to keep the peace, if you like. And she said, well, I can't make any promises.
No.
That was literally the words. And so, Kent Police, you failed us massively. And it was due to social media that we got the van back. We didn't get any of the tools, even things like my petrol can, my sunglasses, my safety glasses.
Special knife.
Everything was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of my tools, everything that was in that van was gone. But the van itself was there. So we got the van back.
And we never heard anything more.
That was
The
it.
police weren't interested in coming and checking the van out or anything like that.
No.
So the reason why I've said this is, one, that is one of the many reasons why
was
we
the
left the
final
UK. But also because what a difference you had the local police.
Yeah, so the local police turned up yesterday. Kaylee was out picking Alex up from school, and I was still here working. And the police turned up beeping the horn, and I was like, oh my goodness.
He's in trouble. What have you done?
I'm like, here we go. What have I done? Been caught doing? What have I done illegal that I don't know? And I walked down to them, and 3 of them got out of the car, and I was like, oh my goodness, here we go. Anyway, they got out of the car, and with that, they get out with cups of coffee and fags, and they just wanted to chat. And they're like, hi, we're the patrol that runs this area. Just introducing themselves, asking us about what we're doing and what we're doing with the land, what our plans are, how many of us is there, any problems. And it was just a meet and greet, and it was really lovely for them to come out, introduce themselves. And when he left, he actually spoke really good English, and when he left he said, look, any problems you have, anything at all, just give us a call anytime, no problem.
So it was really nice for you, wasn't it?
It was really nice. And I said to him, look, I told him the story, and I said, look, this is what happened to me in England, and it means a lot that you've come out and said hello. And he just couldn't believe that that's what happened with the police. I get that the police are stretched and that their finances are being cut and all the rest of it, but for the patrols that were out and about anyway, not to be notified, that is a total failure as far as I'm concerned.
And it was really good. We did see, didn't we, that there was a huge rally and protest
we saw
down
that on
in
Asheville.
London. Yeah,
Asheville
at the beginning of the year, of tradesmen all going down saying, like, this is happening daily and nothing is being done about it. So big shout out to all the tradespeople back in England who are going through daily anxiety just to keep that income coming in, because we know how it feels, and we also know what devastation it causes to your family.
Not everybody has got a yard or a secure lockup or anywhere. Like, if you live in a terrace house or something, and your van is your only place to keep your tools, I understand. Like, not everybody has the luxury of being able to unload every evening.
No.
And you put all the security you like on the van, it doesn't make it any safer, really. Like, it does deter, but they're so organised now, and there's no comeuppance for them. So fair play to all of you that are still doing it. It genuinely ruined me, like, mentally. I just couldn't face going out to work. I couldn't face parking the van up. I couldn't leave it in I went to Tesco's to get lunch, and I couldn't couldn't get out of the van because I was utterly convinced I was going to come back and it would all be gone again. It ruined me. So fair play to all of you that are still putting up with it every day, and here's hoping that there is change in the UK towards some kind of, they should be
accountability
for what they've done. Anyway,
I'll let you get back now, shall I?
I said we haven't got time to stand around and talk. How long has this been? 8 minutes? Jesus. I'm sorry, guys. Well, if you've hung around this long, thank you very much for watching. I know the police chat went on a little bit longer than it should have, but I feel like there was a really valuable point in there, so I left it in.
It was a nice little Phil story time.
Story time with Phil and Kaylee.
The last 2 weeks have been a bit crazy here. We've all been full of cold, chest infections, but the sun has finally returned and we're feeling super, super energised for the projects that lie ahead of us this year.
Absolutely.
Just want to give out a huge shout out to my dad. We know you're watching. We love you. We think you're doing amazing. And keep going.
Keep fighting, Tel. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, as always, we'll see you on the next one. One smaller. What are you doing? Hey, we're trying to do a serious bit to camera here.
I'm really sorry. He completely knocked me. Wow. He completely knocked me off balance. Carry on.
Carry on? What, like there's nothing to see? It's digger time!
It's me still holding the post.
Good job, Katie. Question is, people, would we build one side at 5 metres and one side at 4.92? The answer to that question is no, we would not. Welcome. Please do let yourself in. digger, yeah.
Literally your happy place.
Digger.
Can you get me a machine? No?
What sort of machine are you after?
Take
You want a machine that take you to your happy place? Let me guess, that's not a digger. I don't think it will all. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is so rubbish. I don't know how Phil does this.
Crikey, darling. Yeah, just careful down there because this is quite a trip, that one. And what are you thinking? This? Okay. No worries. Sure. Okay, I'll bear it in mind.